Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Biden is under investigation. Now, will this mean anything? We don't know. But it's kind of hilarious because this is all something that we already knew about. There's going to be a bit of information that we're going to find out and a bit more from ongoing stuff. So, without further ado, let's get directly into it because this might be a slightly longer video than normal. Classified docs from Biden's time as VP discovered in his Penn office. Chicago attorney has been assigned by U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland to review classified documents found at the Penn Biden Center for Diplomacy and Global Engagement in Washington, reports CBS News. This relates to about 10 documents from President Biden's vice presidential office, two sources said. The materials were identified by personal attorneys for the president on November 2nd, just days before the midterm elections. And according to special counsel to the president, Richard Sauber, the documents were discovered when Biden's personal attorneys were packing files housed in a locked closet to prepare to vacate office space at the Penn Biden Center in Washington, D.C., Sauber said in a statement. The documents were reportedly in a folder this side of a box along with other unclassified documents. Sauber said that the White House counsel's office notified the National Archives on November 2nd when the materials were discovered. The discovery of these documents was made by the president's attorney, Sauber said. The documents were not the subject of any previous request or inquiry by the archives. Since that discovery, the president's personal attorneys have cooperated with the archives and the Department of Justice in a process to ensure that any Obama administration records are appropriately in the possession of the archives. The Justice Department was then notified. Former President Donald Trump has had his Mar-a-Lago residence raided by the FBI over similar accusations of bringing unclassified files back with them once leaving office. U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, John Lodge, was assigned by Garland to investigate how the documents arrived at the Penn Biden Center. The AG will determine whether further investigation is necessary. CBS reports that Lodge was nominated to the U.S. Attorney by former President Donald Trump, and is one of the only two current Trump-era U.S. attorneys still serving. The other is Delaware U.S. Attorney David Weiss, who is leading an investigation into the president's son, Hunter Biden. Lodge will submit a report to Garland, with that expected to take place soon. The Penn Biden Center is located about a mile from the White House in Washington, D.C. It is affiliated with the University of Pennsylvania. The Presidential Records Act requires all presidential and vice presidential documents be turned over to the National Archives. There are special protocols to keep classified information secure, CBS reports. President Biden learned about the presence of the classified documents when his lawyer reported them to the White House counsel's office in November. A source familiar said the president is unaware of their contents. The documents are believed to be currently held in a secure location in Washington. Former President Trump responded to the news on Tuesday saying, when is the FBI going to raid the many homes of Joe Biden, perhaps even the White House? These documents were definitely not classified. Okay, so we have that, where they're obviously, he's being classified for VP is discovered, and they're probably going to be looking into it. Well, we have some more information, ladies and gentlemen, because it doesn't seem like this is all that to be had. Yes, they found that, but they found more. Breaking! Biden kept classified documents related to Ukraine, Iran, UK from 2013 to 2016. Report. Well, that can't be good. That seems to be a massive problem. Let's read. U.S. intelligence materials related to Ukraine, Iran, and the UK were among the classified documents being kept by Joe Biden from his time as vice president, a source told CNN on Tuesday. The source familiar with the matter told the outlet that the documents are U.S. intelligence briefings and memos related to topics including Ukraine, Iran, and the United Kingdom, and were dated between 2013 and 2016. Here's the big one here, guys. Here's the big one that we have to know. Ukraine. I mean, Iran is big enough as it is, right? But Ukraine. What's going on here? So why do you have topics related to Ukraine, and including Biden being known for taking money from Russia or AKA or maybe even Ukraine? Things are starting to pile up here. This could possibly be a huge problem. On Monday, it was announced that U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland assigned an attorney to review classified documents found at the Penn Biden Center for Diplomacy and Global Engagement in Washington. This relates to about 10 documents from President Biden's vice presidential office, two sources said. The materials were identified by personal attorneys for the president on November 2nd, just days before the midterm elections. According to special counsel to the president, Richard Sauber, the documents were discovered when Biden's personal attorneys were packing files housed in a locked closet to prepare to vacate office space at the Penn Biden Center in Washington, D.C., Sauber said in a statement. The documents were reportedly in a folder inside of a box along with other unclassified documents. Sauber said that the White House counsel's office notified the National Archives on November 2nd when the materials were discovered. The discovery of these documents was made by the president's attorney. Sauber said the documents were not the subject of any previous request or inquiry by the archives. Since that discovery, the president's personal attorneys have cooperated with the archives and the Department of Justice in a process to ensure that any Obama administration records are appropriately in the possession of the archives. The Justice Department was then notified. Former President Donald Trump had his Mar-a-Lago residency raided by the FBI over similar accusations of bringing unclassified files back with him once leaving office. Trump responded to the news on Truth Social saying, "When is the FBI, blah, 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 we have read this before." These documents were definitely not declassified. U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, John Losh, was signed by Garland to investigate how the documents arrived at the Penn Biden Center. The AG will determine whether further investigation is necessary. I think 100% further investigation is necessary. Hello, it has big documents English containing the Ukraine and Iran. Well, a bigger thing probably being Ukraine at this point, because we have to know what that is, because that would most likely prove that he had some very huge correlation with Ukraine and buying or maybe getting money from them. I mean, this is huge, which, by the way, would be considered treason. So I think this is a kind of a huge thing, don't you think? Yes, I think an investigation is necessary without further. That's laughable. CBS reports that Losh was nominated to the U.S. Attorney for former President Donald Trump, and he's one of the only two current Trump-era U.S. attorneys still serving. The other is Delaware U.S. Attorney David Weiss, who is leading an investigation into the president's son, Hunter Biden. The Presidential Records Act requires all presidential and vice presidential documents being turned over to the National Archives. There are special protocols to keep classified information secure, CBS reports. President Biden learned about the presence of the classified documents when his lawyer reported them to the White House counsel's office in November. A source familiar said that the president is unaware of their contents. The documents are believed to be currently held in a source location in Washington. Oh my, oh my, oh my. It seems like everything we're talking about Joe Biden may be proven correct. Are we really shocked by this? No. But it is showing out that this administration is being insanely corrupt, horrible people, and are not great. I guess we're going to have to wait and see what happens. Will he be raided? Will he be put in jail? Probably not. But we're going to have to wait and see, because that's all due time will tell. I guess our administration is not as great as we knew it to be. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, take care.